Hey Tribe and YouTube fam, in this video we're going to talk about the no BS truth, how to get things to work for you, how to have a better life, how to live life on your terms. Or if you're into manifesting, the no BS truth, how to get manifesting to work for you. What's the no BS? Okay, you're shooting straight through the BS, you're shooting straight through all these fancy techniques. What works? It's in this video. And as we go on, this might not be what you want to hear at all, because I'm not talking about a manifesting technique. I'm not talking about a 3-day, 5-day, 7-day manifesting technique. I'm not talking about the Never Galder technique, which Never Galder plays a big part in this, but that's if you know Never Galder more advanced, okay? Now, I'm not saying all these techniques, really quick, all manifesting techniques it plays a part, okay? But it's part of the symptom. It doesn't go to the root cause. You have to understand that. So in this video, we're gonna go to the root. We're gonna go to the non-BS truth, how to have your best life, how to get things to work for you. But before we get to that, I had to stop and pause. I was walking around with my coffee. I thought I could carry everything, so I had to kind of kneel down and kind of do this video. Let me take a sip of coffee. And when we start talking about the non-bullshit here, is what you have to understand is it's all about identity. You see my stuff back here sitting on the ground. I'd like sit it down. But it's all about identity. It's all about you becoming the person who already has the life that you want, whatever you want. That's how you make it work. That's the no BS truth, is you have to be that person now, today. So for example, if you want your dream house, you're that person right now that has your dream house. If you want your dream car, you're that person right now that has your dream car. If it's your dream career, your dream job, you're that person right now who has your dream career and dream job. If you want to be a multi-million-dollar entrepreneur, well, you're that multi-million-dollar entrepreneur right now. It doesn't matter. If you want to have great relationships, you want to attract your SP, well, you got to start behaving right now that somebody who can attract their SP. Okay, and the biggest questions I get with this, well, Chad, that sounds dandy. Chad, that makes sense. I understand. But how? How do I do it? I don't know how. I don't know how I would act if I had my dream house. If I attracted my SP, how would I act? Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about. That's a non-BS truth right there. You got to be that person right now, today. This is why I always tell you, this is a lifestyle. This isn't, when we talk going to the non-BS, you go to the root. It's a lifestyle, baby. Bottom line, this isn't a 3-day technique. You're not going to get, you're not going to listen to this. You're not going to get away. You're not going to burn your old identity in 3 days. Okay. Some gurus might tell you that, but that's a crock of donkey shit. Okay. It's not going to happen. Okay, because this old identity been with you your whole flipping life. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some dedication. Bottom line, it's going to take some endurance and persistence and consistency to wake up every day and you'll catch yourself in these scarcity habits, these poverty mindsets. You'll catch yourself murmuring, complaining all day long, talking about people. Okay, you'll catch yourself, you'll see your dream car fly down the freeway. You'll catch yourself thinking like, what does he do for a living? I bet he rips people off. And that's the same very thing that's holding you back. That's the same very thing. That's like a great big boulder right in front of you, blocking what you want in your life. Okay, this is why it's a lifestyle. Like I told you before, it's not about going to a weekend seminar and clearing your 7 chakras. If I said that right, clearing your 7 chakras. It's not about that. That just treats the symptom. That doesn't go to the flipping root. That doesn't even come close to your flipping identity. You clear your 7 chakras, you feel good for 3 days or a week. Guess what? You go right back to the old same person because you didn't go to the root. Bottom line, I just got to watch my stuff over here just to make sure people don't take it. That's my, I don't care about my coffee, but that's my mic and everything sitting back there. Or at least the case. That's expensive. People, I mean, I'm in Thailand right now. I mean, people do steal, people do take. They're steal it to sell it. But but let's get into the how here. The how is, and this isn't a clear-cut answer. Okay, that's what you have to understand. I mean, unless you work with me personally, which the links are in the description. You can also, I just created the 30-day breakthrough challenge. This all focuses on the root. This all focuses on identity work. This isn't manifesting techniques inside a 30-day challenge. The link will be in the description. So 100% go check that out. Because that's really designed around, it's all about identity. It's all about going to the root cause. But let's talk about this. You see, when you wake up, you got to start behaving like the person that already has what you want, already has a life that you want. Okay, when you go to sleep at night, you got to start thinking, how would I behave and act? Okay, you got to start being clear on exactly what you want, exactly how how you want your life. Okay, you'll be super clear. This takes work from you. Okay, this isn't me telling you how to do it. This takes work from you. Okay. Because if you're asking questions like, well, Chad, how do I do it? You're flipping clueless. You're not doing the homework. You want somebody to spoon feed you like you're a little baby, okay? When you're a grown-ass adult, okay? Okay, if you don't know what your dream car is, well, guess what? You either gotta go to car lots and start looking for cars for your dream car, or you gotta jump on Google and the internet and start searching your dream car. Maybe you know the make, but you don't know the model. Okay, you don't know the color, you don't know anything. The more clear you get, the better it's going to be for you. Okay, this is the first step. Okay, because you know exactly what you want. You're clear on what you want. Okay, when we start talking about identity work, we start talking about that most successful version of you. The next step, you got to start working on your frame, standards, and boundaries. Okay, because that most successful version of you, they're not going to put up with flipping bullshit. Okay, this is one of the reasons. This is the top reason why you cannot manifest your flipping SP. And if you're a guy, the reason why you can't manifest your SP is because most of the time, I hate to say this, most of the time you act like a little beta male that don't have a life, that you're obsessive, that you have no friends, no life. You know, you go to work, come home, play video games. Dude, that's why you can't manifest your SP. You're blowing up their phone, blowing up their text messages. Okay, you have no frame, standards, and boundaries in your life. Okay, when you have frame, standards, and boundaries, this is across your whole life, okay? You need to do this no matter if you want to attract your SP or not. But the bottom line, if I have frame, all that means is that I have stuff going on in my life. I got my goals and career aspirations. I got stuff that I want to achieve in my life. And I'm not letting anybody stop me from achieving that, okay? On the SP world, that's very, very attractive for another person. So on top of that, you know, when you have frame, I have my own family I like to hang out with. I have my own friends and best friends I hang out with. Okay, and I keep my friends and best friends. Okay, I don't give all that up to make somebody else happy. Then how standards and boundaries come in is when someone crosses your standards and boundaries, you pull them aside and talk to them. Okay, the same thing in your SP. Okay, that's why a lot of people in SP world say, pay attention to the red flags. Why are you putting up with BS? Okay, you see the red flags and you walk away. But see, you need to have frame, standards, and boundaries in all areas of your life. Okay, because you're always going to have people in friendships, acquaintances, you go somewhere, in business, entrepreneurship, business relationships. I mean, adults are like grown-ass kids. Okay, and lots of times they're worse than kids. Okay, they will push you. They will push to see how far you will go with standards and boundaries. See how much you're going to put up with. Okay, so with standards and boundaries, that most successful version of you, once you see it, you're going to pull them aside and talk to them. Hey, no, this doesn't fly with me. Okay, I mean that's 100%. For example, if you're in business relationships, you have a job, you go to work, well, you're not going to put up with your boss verbally abusing you every flipping day, talking to you how he wants to talk to you. Doesn't really matter. Okay, you're not going to put up with that stuff. Okay, I'm not saying that you're going to go quit your job or run out of there, but you're going to pull them aside. Hey, look, no, I show you respect, so you need to show me respect. Bottom line. And this is why I said you're not going to get good with this stuff in 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. It's going to take a little bit of work. I mean, especially right now, if you're a little bit more passive, you don't have good frame standards or boundaries in your life. You never enforce stuff. You let people walk on you in all areas of your life. Okay. See, that's blocking you. See, what you have to understand is that stuff is blocking you, because the reason why it's blocking you, away from your dream house, your dream car, that millionaire lifestyle, that lifestyle you want. The reason why it's blocking you, because that successful version of you who has all this stuff over here, that has your dream life, doesn't act like that. See, when you go to bed at night, it's like the never gallo technique. When you go to bed at night, you go to sleep at night, 5 minutes before you go to sleep, start daydreaming. Go inside your imagination and start putting together the whole imaginal scene of how you want your life to be. And start having fun with it like a kid. Don't judge it. Just start having fun with it. Start falling asleep in that state. Because eventually you'll start carrying yourself like that over and over and over and over and over again. And the last thing I want to share with you, because it's easy to say, no, act like the person that you want to be. Act like that successful person. And you have homework around it. I have a lot of people driving around this morning. You have homework around it. You know what I mean? Your homework is figuring that out. Okay, I can't spoon feed it to you. Okay, unless I talk to you on the phone, talk to you through an email or something like that. I can't spoon feed this stuff to you. Okay, I mean, even for myself, it's taken a lot of flipping work for me to become the person I am, for me to become that most successful version of me, for me to become that person of me who has the life that I want. And once you get there, what you realize is there's another version of you. You're always kind of moving up the scale. Okay, you're becoming better and better and better. It's not all about money. Sometimes I put money in on it, but it's just you becoming better and better and better and better and better in your life. But one of the last things I want to share with you is one of the reasons why it's a lifestyle is when we talk about identity. See, your identity is sneaky. Your old identity is sneaky. Your old identity will always push against you. Your old identity will sneak in there with subtle little things that you do. And what you have to understand, these subtle little things are huge blocks in your life. These subtle little things that you do that you know you're not doing. Okay. Most of the time, it's actions, how you carry yourself. It's how you talk. It's how you answer questions when someone asks you something. It's what you think all day long to yourself. It's what you murmur, complain about all day long to yourself. Okay, these are subtle little things that we're doing, but we don't realize we're doing it. Okay, we don't realize it until we become aware of it. Once we become aware of it, then we can start working on it and changing it. So let me give you some examples of these small little things. Okay, you can sit there and say, well, Chad, I'm positive, I'm successful, I'm a teacher. I think I'm pretty much that successful version of me. But you get up in the morning, you get ready for work, you walk out to get in your car. As you're walking out, you see your back tire flat. Flat, flat as flat. You know what I mean? And right when you see it, you don't say it out loud. Maybe you do. You see it and you have this little thought like, why does this always happen to me? Maybe you say it out loud. Why does this always happen to me? Every time I try to get ahead, something happens like this and I got to spend money on it. I can't never get ahead because this happens. You see? That's a block. That's an identity block. Okay, that's an old version of you. And that right there, my friends, is like the gatekeeper of your dream life. Seriously, I'm kind of laughing, keeping it light, but I'm serious with this. These little things that you're doing that's keeping you in your old identity, keeping you in scarcity habits, keeping you in a poverty consciousness. That's why you can't break that cycle. That's why you can't burn this old identity, because you're still living there more than you think you are. Okay. Maybe when it's time to pay bills, okay? Maybe your bills are scattered through the month. I don't know. Maybe most of your bills are due in the beginning of the month. Maybe most of your bills are due in the middle of the month. Especially if most of your bills are due at a certain time. What I find people is, and I found my mom doing this until I talked to her, like, snap out of it. Is every time it became bill time, she would sit down and literally be like, oh, I gotta pay my bills. I got all my money don't go to my bills now. Literally, like, that's what she looked like. That's what she would do. And she would put so much negative emotion into it. Besides, listen to this. You have these frames around money. That's why money don't come into you. Okay. Besides, when you pay your bills, what would that successful version of you do around bill time? They would give no flipping thought to it. They would just be like, oh, I got to pay my bills. Boom, I'm done. No thought whatsoever. Okay. Or they pay the bills and they would think to themselves, oh, dude, I'm so blessed I have money to pay my bills. Pay my bills, boom. Okay, every time I pay my bills, the money comes back to me double. Every time I pay my bills, money comes back to me 10 times. That's their mind frame. Okay? That's what you got to do right now today. That's who you have to be. This is identity. You have to be that person. Okay? What's the most successful version of you? They walk outside and they're walking through their car and they see their their car type. I can't even talk. They see their tire flat. What would they do? What would that most successful version of you do? You would just see it and be like, okay, I'll go get it changed. I'll just call work and say, hey, I'm gonna be a couple hours late, got a flat tire. Change it, whatever. You would give no 2 cents about it. And if you did, okay, if you did give 2 cents, this is what you would say to yourself. You either say to yourself or you would say to a friend, hey, I got up this morning, got a flat tire, but it probably kept me off the freeway, saved me from an accident. See, what you have to remember is life happens for you, not to you. Life is happening for your benefit, not against your benefit. So it's all your perception. It's all what you see. You gotta get this notification out of there. Okay. But you have to become self-aware of these little things you're doing all throughout the day. Okay, I gave this one earlier. You know what your dream car is. All of a sudden you start thinking about your dream car. 100% this will happen. I'll challenge you. Like, you start thinking about your dream car. All of a sudden you start seeing your dream car fly down through the freeway. You start seeing your dream car all over the place. What do you think when you see your dream car, when other people have? Okay, the old identity is like, what does he do for a living? I bet he rips people off. I bet he scams people. Okay. See, when you have thoughts like that, that's coming from your old self, your old identity. Your old self, old identity is holding you back. Okay, that most successful version of you, you would see your dream car and be like, ooh, that's awesome. I mean, blessings to that person. Oh yeah, baby. I mean, that's what you would think. That's what that most successful version of you would think. Okay, let's take this a little bit deeper here, having some fun with this. Okay, because it's all about subtle, you have to understand, it's about subtle things that we're doing, but we don't realize it. That's keeping us in our old identity. And I'll share one about me really quick here. Okay, this is how subtle things are. This is a great example. You know, see, I'm an entrepreneur. I'll use YouTube for example. Okay, now with YouTube, you know, I would get up in the morning, I would check my comments on YouTube, and I would answer every comment. When I say answer, most of the time, sometimes people would comment a great big paragraph, and I would reply with a great big paragraph that I sat there and wrote for 20 minutes. Okay. And in the beginning, I wanted to do this because the YouTube channel, it's all about the tribe. Okay. It's all about community based. So I wanted to be active. I wanted to be super active in the comments. But one day I woke up and I started thinking, like, is this something my successful version of me would do? Is this something I would do if my YouTube channel was viral? Okay. And when I answered that question, when I answered it, I said, no, I wouldn't be doing that. And then I would think, well, why would I be doing it? Because if my YouTube channel is viral, I honestly wouldn't have time. Honestly, I wouldn't have time to answer every comment. I wouldn't have time to sit there for 20 minutes and answer one thing. Okay, the only time I would have is I would skim the comments, keep the scammers and spammers out. Okay, kick those off the channel. Okay, keep the comments clean. I had to wait for that truck to pass there. You know, another thing I would do is as a most successful version of me, with the comments, I wouldn't answer every comment. Maybe I would heart the comment. Maybe I would say amen. Maybe I would say, good for you, hang in there, do it. Okay, but other than that, that's all I would have time to do because my channel's viral. There's just too many comments. Okay. Okay, another thing I would do, the most successful version of me, talking from that version, is when somebody would send me a giant paragraph, I would answer it politely, but then I would link how to work with me because we need to dig deeper in that concept. I'm not going to sit there for 30 minutes because I don't have 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to link them to my how to work with Chad. Okay, through email, video coaching, on the phone, whatever. That's what that most successful version of me would do. Okay, no, the fly flying around me here. The kind of attack, I thought I was about to go off for a run here, get away from it. They're starting to bite me. Sorry about that. I got to go back down here. I got my stuff sitting down here, so people's walking up. I just don't want them to grab it when my back's turned. But that's something that swag up. Swag up. Yeah, I actually know them, but still just, you don't want temptation to come over. But see, that's what I realized is you have to be that person now. Bottom line, if you're an entrepreneur, you want to have an awesome company. You want to be a multi-million dollar. You want to be the $15 million man. You want to have a multi-million dollar company. One of the reasons why it's not working for you, the main reason why it's not working, you're struggling, is because you're not behaving like that successful version of you running a company. Okay. And you know, I know it's easy. It sounds easy to talk about this stuff. It's harder to go deeper. You know what I mean? Sometimes in a video. Sometimes it just depends upon where my mind is. Like right now in the morning, wanting to have this like super awesome talk with you guys, but it's busy out this morning. People's walking around. It's kind of getting on the cusp of rainy season here. It's cooling down. A lot more people's out in the morning, walking around. So I carried up too much stuff. I couldn't hold everything. But as I let you go here, you know, you have to remember it's all about identity. It's all about identity work. And with identity work, you'll get better and better with it. Like this is why I say it's a lifestyle, because you know, throughout the day, you're gonna falter back to your old identity 100%. 100%. You're gonna falter back. You're gonna start thinking how your old self would think. 100%. Okay. This isn't gonna go away in a couple days. This is a continual work until you finally burn that old self, until you finally can really step into the new you, that most successful version of you that has your dream life, has everything that you want. Okay, we all want different things. Don't get caught up into well, Chad's talking about money. Chad's want this. You know, that's coming from your old identity, baby. Okay, that most successful version of you wouldn't be talking that way. I mean, you're talking like a poverty person. You're talking about poverty conscious and scarcity. Those are where those thoughts are coming from. And those poverty conscious thoughts, scarcity thoughts are coming from your old identity. And you know, if you stay this long in this video and you start thinking something like that and I caught you, see, that's how subtle things are. Okay. The biggest things, don't beat yourself up around it. Okay. Just be aware of it, catch yourself, have an affirmation around it, say something. Okay. Or just start behaving like that most successful version of you. I'm not meaning, don't take it the wrong way. I'm not meaning you treating people mean and rude. Okay. That's what you see on TV. You know what I mean? I mean, most of my mentors, most of the people I really hang around are millionaires. And guess what? They don't behave like that. You know what I mean? Most of the time you wouldn't even know they're a millionaire. I mean, unless unless they're into cars or they had a really nice house or something like that, then you might sit there and say, oh, this guy makes some money. But most of my friends I associate with, you wouldn't even know. Okay, if you just hung with them. Okay. But other than that, my friends, YouTube fam, tribe, I'm gonna go, getting kind of sweaty out here. Thailand, the humid. But if you have questions about this, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to work with me, be part of the tribe, the link is in the description again. And also remember, I did bring up the 30-day challenge. So the link is in the description for the 30-day challenge. This is where we actually go to the root cause, really go to the root what I'm talking about here in this video to help you out. Everything's based on, it's a step-by-step every day. You set aside maybe an hour a day, 30 minutes or an hour a day to go through it for 30 days. And it really helps to kind of dig up that successful version of you. Other than that, the link is in the description for that. Other than that, peace out. Remember, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.